Right, so what we like to do then to break the ice with new people, what we want to do when we get guests on is there's 3 questions, as we're very highbrow. To break the ice, we get to know the guest a bit better. So the first one...
He's watched Malabar's podcast.
Yeah,
He knows what's coming here.
So you should be well versed in these questions. Right, so first question, what is your favourite butty, your favourite sarnie?
My butty now, I'm going to go nostalgic. I'm going to go back to Saturday morning when my mum used to come home from the shops and she'd come home with crusty cobs.
You can't beat a crusty cob.
Yeah, no, as soon as you bite into it, crumbs go out.
Yeah.
Crumbs and like he sort of like pulls on the...
Now, thick butter and...
Salted.
I don't know, it's little.
Just butter. Fuck off, lad. Salted.
Just
Where's
lie.
he from? We just get butter.
Butter.
I don't know what the fuck's in it.
Salted, but yeah. Yeah, and thick ham. And now, this is very strange. I was very strange as a kid. I was obsessed with brown sauce. So loads of brown sauce.
Brown sauce on butty.
You'd had me until the brown sauce.
Nah, lad, brown sauce on butty. It's like bacon brown sauce, isn't it?
But
Well, it's like ham and brown sauce. Just like having a bacon
Oh,
butty with brown
do you
sauce.
want to say what? The way you said that, then I thought you were saying brown sauce. It's like adding bacon.
Ham's just bacon, innit? But cold.
well, technically,
Yeah.
both pig.
Go on then, so cob, butter,
And,
ham, brown
yeah.
sauce.
So that would be it.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's a
but actually, I was more niche when I was young. It had to be Daddy's brown sauce. I could tell the difference between
HP and...
HP and all that, and it was HP I'd refuse to
Everyone
have.
gets that daddy's brown sauce.
I get HP, lad. Well, I don't get it with my adults, but
So say you don't get none.
I don't shop for fucking brown sauce. Like, yeah.
I like that, short and simple.
Lad, that... I've
And,
got to
it's
say
and
now...
it's a nice sarnie as well.
Yeah, and I have it now and again, and you know what?
Proper takes you back.
Got to be good ham, but it's still bloody.
Me nan still to this day goes to bakery on Breck Road, on the bottom of Breck, you know, like sort of towards Club always.
Yeah.
And there's a bakery there on the left, and she gets a rack of 12 of those crusty cobs. They sort of like all connected when you get them, aren't they? And you like sort of pull them off.
Yeah.
And lads, only last a day. If you don't eat
They get
them,
nailed.
the shite. 2 days later, they're horrible. Lad,
Use them to break windows.
Yeah, if you get them on that day, lads, get something on them.
Definitely all gone within an hour.
Yeah, that's a good buzzy better. What was Malabar's, lad?
Oh, like, it was something rogue. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Malabar was cold white bread with fucking raw peppers.
Oh, it was mad. What we'll have to do is
shite.
we'll have to compile a list and put a leader, like, create a leaderboard of
He's at the
sarnies.
fucking bottom of that one.
So, the next one. Ian, you're feeling a bit fancy, you're organising a dinner party.
Remember, I used to go into the first lecture, and so you have to introduce yourself. And unusually in uni, I'm just known as Jarmo, and I always go in just to break the ice and said, Dr Ian Jarman.
Yeah.
But you can call me Ian. I said, but my friends call me Jarmo. I said, but you're not me mates. and then they all call me Jarmo from then on.
Honestly, I don't know why I've been saying Ian, because I've always called you Jarmo. But anyway, yeah.
But I remember him saying that to us.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, a day later, me and Bram were just going, Jarmo. And he never pulled us on us. He must have just thought, fuck it.
These are alright, these are my mates. So, next question, dead or alive? You decide you want to host a dinner party? What are your 3 guests you'd have?
Alright, see, I'm going to theme it round people I idolised or people I've got a good connection with.
Okay.
Right.
Alan Ball, you don't know.
No.
Footy player.
One of the best players ever in the world. Played for Everton in midfield and went to Arsenal. And I had a pair of his... We're going back to the early 70s now. I know I don't look that. Going back to the early 70s, and Alan Ball was God at midfield. He was the youngest player in the 1966 World Cup.
Wow.
And he actually run the show. Watch it. Just watch Alan Ball.
I've heard of his name. He's at like... is he dead? Is he alive?
He's dead now, yeah.
Or when did he die?
Oh, not that long ago, in the last 10 years or so.
I remember my dad going to like some of those like Everton balls in town, and like he was, I guess, that one years ago, yeah.
So him and I just idolised him. I had a pair of Alan Ball boots, and they were the worst boots ever in the world. They were like baseball boots, but white plastic. And I used to be in the school team, this team, that team, and I used to play, and I used to think I was the bee's knees. Yeah. And so that's Alan Ball. I don't know whether he'd be a good company. He had a high squeaky voice, Alan Ball, as well.
Yeah.
The other one, and it's more recent, and it's to do Andy Burnham.
Oh, the Manchester Mayor.
Belter, yeah.
Because he's an Evertonian. you might get a theme with me.
Just all Evertonians.
He did a lot for Hillsborough as well, and got
Yeah,
involved in
shout
that.
out
And I
Andy
did think
Burnham.
he'd be a really interesting fella. Current
Belter.
affairs and all that. We argue when my dad comes over for a meal or something.
Yeah,
with my dad.
yeah.
It always ends up in arguing politics.
Between you and your dad.
And my lad comes in and he's more argumentative than me. And then me and him just take. Me and my lad are kind of similar. We
Yeah,
just
yeah.
take the opposite side to me dad.
Just whatever he says.
A bullying session.
It's
yeah.
great in it, family.
Yeah, yeah. And then the more beer's drunk, the more...
The worse the
The
argument.
louder it
Yeah,
gets.
So who's number three?
Who was number 3? I've forgotten. This might be strange, but I've got an anecdote to go along with this.
Go on then.
So this is Paul McCartney.
All right, that makes sense.
So he gave us as school kids a free concert when he was in what was the crap band he was in?
What
The
were they called again?
Quarrymen, wasn't it?
Do you mean? Are you,
do you
being
mean
sarcastic?
you
The
know what?
Beatles
No,
or
not the Beatles. No, the one after. What?
Lad, I went
Wings?
before.
Wings, yeah.
Wings
the other
are
one.
crap.
Lad, how old did I think he
Compared
was? I
to
with
the
the
Beatles.
Quarrymen.
Quarrymen.
That was before they
John
were the
Lennon
Beatles. That was
Yeah,
before
and
the
That's
then-
John
Beatles.
Lennon.
So, so I went the Liverpool. yeah,
The Quarrymen give him
yeah,
a gig.
the Quarrymen, yeah.
In the 50s.
No, Wings you're on about.
Yeah, so when we went to the same school as him, but not the same time, obviously.
The Quarrymen, sorry. How old do you think he is?
Lad, as soon as I said that, I went, well, that doesn't fucking match up, that does it?
Sorry,
no.
Sorry, Jarman.
Yeah, so we went to Liverpool Institute, and it's Liverpool Institute for Performing Arts.
Lipper.
isn't it? We went-
Yeah.
Oh,
Lipper,
yeah.
And so we were in 30, 40, and some of our teachers actually taught Paul McCartney as well.
Wow.
And then so we were going on a Wings tour, and then it kick-started off. He gave a concert to all the lads in there, and there's a sister school called, next to ours, and they all come. And so all the lads were too cool to scream and shout and everything, and all the girls were screaming and all this. And I had that long hair then, like you.
Yeah.
Into kind of Black Sabbath and all that. So
Yeah,
I could
yeah.
not be impressed at all about
Yeah, so
it.
I
You were
proper
too
hide
cool
it.
for school.
Well, I
Wings.
never go as far as cool, but I didn't fit in with the usual crowd. So
He was
Yeah.
too busy listening to fucking War Pigs and that,
yeah,
weren't he?
yeah, and Whitesnake.
Yeah.
I missed day before me watch O-levels and GCSE. Day before, I went to watch Whitesnake instead of going to revise.
Here
for the
I
GCSE.
go again on my own.
So,
So,
Tune that.
Paul McCartney come to your school?
so we went to our school,
Wow.
and then he gave us a documentary about it. It was
Yeah.
on. So I
Mad.
wasn't on it, but our, so yeah, so that's my connection. But I think it'd be a good
So
chat. with
Alan
him.
Ball, Andy Burnham, Paul McCartney,
That's a belter for you, that.
Ian Jarman,
Yeah.
sitting on a table.
I think that'd be
a
good
good
chat,
one.
that.
Yeah.
That'd be good chat.
Footy, music, and politics. What more do you want?
Yeah. What all you need is some good beer.
Well, there you go. And
There's the
come
missing.
to the Ship and Might, a
Yeah,
very good
that's
beer.
You're in the wrong job, you.
I know. We haven't even shouted.
I know he's got the segue in for us. Yeah, cheers to the ship for
Yeah,
having us
well,
again.
He said
Much
before,
appreciated.
you give him a shout out. Well, I'll give him a shout out to this.
Yeah.
Establishment with fine beers and ale.
Very much is.
What
very
are
much
you
is.
drinking then, Jarmo?
Yeah.
So this is just a lowish alcohol. This is just a session IPA that I
Nice.
quite like an IPA.
They're nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because you get more of a flavour than a normal lager, I think. Which, like, if
Yeah.
you're just having like a couple as well, it's just nice to have a bit something.
Just having the one.
What do you think on because he normally gets, and I hate them, those beers with like the lactose in, like the milkshake flavours. I hate them, but he likes them.
What?
So you get like
What? You've got
so-
to be under 30 to know what that
yeah,
And
so
as we said, he was about in the Quarrymen with his.
yeah, so like
Fucking
when you get the beers, like obviously the different flavours, like you can get like a ice cream pale ale and stuff
That
like that. So
sounds
they have like
disgusting.
lactose
Yeah,
in
it
it.
is, Jarmo.
I quite like it, but
No, it's not.
sometimes they are a bit rogue.
is. I digress quite a lot. So I've got a story about my first beer.
Tell
You want
it.
that?
Let's
Go on,
hear it.
let's hear
Back
it.
in the day when there was no rules about young people going. So me and my lads and my mates are about 2 or 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
So that they were 16 going for apprenticeships and all that, and they got a bit of a salary, and said, we'll go to the pub. They looked about 12, but I was still quite tall, and they all went the ploughman in Cantrell Farm. We went, you know.
Monster, it's literally a little standalone pub, isn't it? Yeah. Still there, man.
And so you go in, and said, go ahead, Jan, you're the tallest. So this 14-year-old kid goes to the bar
in the plough.
Yeah, in the plough. Yeah, it's a bit, and so nowadays you'd have no chance, would you?
No, obviously.
So I just went up, and so I got to the bar, and they said, "What are you having, lad?" And I said, "Bloody hell, I didn't think I'd get that far." And I didn't know what to order, and I knew my dad. You won't get these drinks now, but it was a brown mild, so you got it.
I'm on some.
Right, got a mild and a bottle of brown.
Yeah.
And
you poured it in.
So I said, panic. I'll have, and there was 4 of us. I'll have 4 brown mild. What else do you do? That's what men drink.
He was a man. He was 14. Why not?
And then saying, so do you bring it up? No, absolutely. You pour it out. So I just went like that.
And it just
the whole bit exploded all over the bar, and the fella just shook his head and said, "Just carry them over there, lad, and get in the corner." He knew we were underage.
The Plough, by the way, Belly, is a pub in like a residential area, like on its own.
Yeah, like
was it like that years ago? Not changed. Yeah.
But there's loads of them, like where we're from. Like, well, they're not there anymore, but used to have like, what was it called now? Where each estate had its own little standalone pub.
Yeah.
Type thing. So I'm familiar.
It's mad though, talking about like
area.
When you first go out. I remember in sixth form, I'd had ale and that before, but I'd never been out on a night out in town because you couldn't get an ID. The only people who could get in town if they had like brothers or cousins who they looked like.
Yeah.
And we were like 16, 17 on the cusp of going, into sixth form. One of my mates was like, we should all go to town, and have a night out. So I was like, go ahead, I'll go. Managed to get my brother's ID. Didn't really look like him, but like obviously facially do, but like different people. And we got in, but same thing, we didn't expect to get in. And then when we got in,
you look shocked.
We were a bit like, the fuck do we do? And we got in Paradiso in town, and like it was me and my 2 mates, and we were like, go ahead, and we just get the fucking bar, like get the bar. So we're like, well then, go ahead, yeah. Waiting, and like, but obviously, if you're at the bar, you wait for a gap, you get in, and you don't let anyone take the pick. Like if people are like, if you're there, you expect to be served, and you sort of clock, okay, I'm next. People were just like butting in, because I was 16, I was just going,
too scared to say.
Didn't say a word for like 10 minutes, and yeah, it was like, fucking hell, say something. Just three Copperbergs, please. Just got 3 ciders. We got them. This busy club, people dancing and that everywhere. Just went and sat in the corner, drank them, like dead awkward. He didn't say a word, and then just got up and left and got a taxi home. Was like, that was boss, that weren't it? It was the shittest night, but we were made up because we did it. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've been in. When we look back now, I was like, that was the worst night out ever. And we thought it was the fucking...
Right then, so to finish the breaking the ice questions, the last one is, in your time all the way up to here, what's the worst job you've ever had? Now, I probably don't say uni.
Yeah.
Do not say the one you didn't know.
Yeah.
Fucking ace.
Okay, so I've seen the last one. I've thought, I've not really had a really bad job, to be fair. But... I worked at the Grand National. National on Saturday. So, set the scene. I used to work in the bank. So, I'm not kind of a traditional academic. So, I used to work in the bank. And the start for the National, they approached people in the bank because they seemed trustworthy.
Yeah.
Seemed. And they got you to work on the National. Because as it turned out, he said, as you're coming in, people are giving loads of backhanders.
Yeah.
It's like, get him and stuff. You have no, like in the clubs, you get a stamp on
Yeah.
Stamp that, your missus coming, here's a tenner, let us in. So, but if we got caught, we get the sack on our other job.
In the bank, yeah.
And I thought, but there's loads of backhanders tips and all this, and not even to get in, you say, lad, not know this once you got one on the horse, and I thought, I'll do that. And it was 50 quid for the day, which was an absolute enormous amount of money. I was in there. How old was I? I was about 20.
Yeah.
50 quid for the day's work. I'll do that. So I turned up, and they put me on the car park. So we're up with outside, but with all the coaches coming in.
Oh yeah.
So I thought, bloody hell, so I got me 50 quid, I was made up, and I phoned my dad up, not with a mobile, you have to go and find a
payphone, yeah.
Come and get it. And he turned up and he started laughing his head off. I looked like a coal miner. All the diesel fumes after there. I was literally like a coal miner coming out. So God knows if I can become ill with lung cancer in my old
You know
age.
where
Just
you got
goes
it
down
from.
to Grand National, yeah. I was
I like it.
But I went a couple of years, and my girlfriend at the time, she got the plush one. She went, because we were in the bank, she went and worked in we're counting the money.
Yeah.
And it's low, dead strict. But I managed to get in because I work in the bank and my girl's there and we come. And it was unbelievable how much money. It was basically coming in bags and we were just emptying it into the middle of the floor.
And just walking out.
And we're going out and then it was just all the way round.
It's like a revolving door, people coming in, dumping money, getting off.
Yeah, it was absolutely unbelievable. And then the security were coming in and as we count and getting taken away.
So did you get any tips or anything on, or did you just take your 50?
Well, I was pretty good on the horses. Another girlfriend.
How many girlfriends have you had, Jarmo?
That's about it now.
That's the 1, 2, done.
I was socially very awkward, but so as it was those days, I was never good at chatting them up. But if you meet them at work, you've got a chance of getting a date off.
You can sort of build up the confidence to speak to them.
So we said, we'll go to the National, and she said, get dressed up, and So she went out. She got a really expensive dress, and I got my suit on and everything.
Yeah.
On the day, it was absolutely freezing, lashing down. And I never had much money, but always on the lash. So I was saying, okay, we've got I'd be in a kind of try and be posed a bit. Yeah, here's a tenner for each race. Put a bet on, win or whatever you want to do, and I'll do the same. I lost 120 quid. Didn't win
one
race.
of them days.